Hi to everyone. So myself Balakrishna, so you can call me Bala. So I have around 8.5 years of experience in Oracle PLSQL development. So I handled Informatica, data stage, as well as BA tools. Currently I'm working for a US bank, and I'm into online trainings from the past 4.5 years. And yeah, this is about my introduction. Basically, this Oracle is a database. Oracle is a database. So generally, what is a database? So if we take any company in the market, any business sector like banking, finance, insurance, or whatever it may be, any kind of business, so they have to store their data, right? So business has to store the data, storing data. So simply we can say that a database is nothing but it is used to store the data. If we take an example of a bank, so bank will have daily transactions, right? So many transactions. So many transactions. So bank will perform different transactions, like they will customers, they will deposit and they will withdraw and they will take loans. Okay, so they may take credit cards, they will take loans, they will take insurance. So these kind of different operations will be there in the bank. So let's take a popular bank in US, like so we can take, you can say Wells Fargo is one of the bank, right? So let's take an example of a bank. So a bank will have different operations, right? So they will have a account section, and they'll have insurance. So they'll have finance. So they may have loans. So this is the operations of a bank. So to store accounts related information, so they need one schema. I can say in Oracle terminology we can say one schema. I'll tell you what is the schema just for time being. Let's assume this is a one schema. So the schema one is used to store account related information. So account means it may have credits, debits. They may have a demat account, something like that. So if you take insurance, under insurance, they'll have different insurance like car insurance or mortgage insurance, different kinds of insurance. So let's say this schema 2 will store the information of insurance related things. Now, finance. So finance means, so they will maintain the different kind of financial information. It's a very secured information. So let's say schema 3 will store the information of financial related things. So under loans, they may have different loans like personal loan or home loan or mortgage loan, something like that. So they'll store the schema ones will store the information of accounts, and schema 2 insurance, schema 3 finance, and schema 4 loans. So I'm just saying Wells Fargo is a bank. So for Wells Fargo, I'm building a database. So if my business is a bank, so for a bank, I need a database, and under the database, I required these four things. So which means I'm performing these four operations. So that's why under a database, I need four schemas. So in Oracle terminology, a schema is also called user. So user one will maintain the information of accounts. You can call both user or schema, both are same. So user one stores account information, insurance and finance and loans information. Now, so if we take any database, basically in the market we have so many databases. So we have the first one is a Oracle database. It's a Oracle Corporation product. And we have a DB2. So in the market, we have so many databases. So DB2, it's a IBM product. And we have a SQL Server. SQL Server is a Microsoft product. And we have Sybase. It's a Sybase Corporation product. So different companies, they build their own databases. So to store their data, different companies like IBM, Microsoft, Sybase, and Oracle Corporation, so they build their own databases. Now, if you take any database, the data will store in tables. So the data will store in table format. So can you guys tell me what is exactly a table?
Well, a table is a storage, a virtual storage in a table space inside the database.
Right. Right. So simply we can say like a table will have rows and columns. So a table will have rows and columns. Now, any database, if you take any database, the data will store in terms of a table. So a table will have rows and columns. So I'm just creating one small table here. So I can say this is simply a table. So this is having this is called column. So I have around how many columns here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8 columns here, and this is called a row. Right. So this is called a row. So currently I can say this is a employee information. So if you take any company, so they will maintain this employee information. So what is the employee number and employee name, what is his job and who is manager, so what is the joining date and salary and commission and the department which he belongs to. So this is the employee table information. Now, so as I told you, this is called a column and this is called a row. So in Oracle terminology, a row is also called a record. So in Oracle terminology, a row is also called a record. Now, let me create this table here. First of all, let me create this table. And so to create this table, so my step here is I'm starting a business, and to do business I need some resources. Okay. Now I started recruiting people and I'm storing their information. So to do that I need a table. So the first step is I need to create a table. And next step is, so after creating the table, I need to insert these records, right? So I need to insert these records. Records are rows, both are same. So insert rows, which means insert employees information into the table. Now, over the next step, I want to see the data. So these are all my steps to create a table and insert the rows, and after inserting I want to see the data. Here when you are using Oracle database in the real-time environment, you are going to use some tools called So the tools are nothing but SQL developer and Toad and PL SQL developer. So based on the client licenses, the companies they'll go for SQL developer or Toad or PL SQL developer. So these are all the 3 different tools which are used to write some logic. Okay. Now here for our discussion, I'm just opening SQL developer tool. So So can you see here, this is a Oracle SQL developer tool. Just try to see here. Can you see different users here? There is an account user, some Anusha, Asif, Insurance, Kiran, Madhu, Renu, Sis, Yuma. So you are seeing different users, right? So these are all called users. Now here I showed you different users, right? User 1, user 2, user 3, user 4. Okay. Now here account is there. Okay, account is there. Let's say my business is I'm doing a banking business. So I'm just creating a database here. So under database, so as per my business, I require account, insurance, and finance and loans. Okay, so I need 4 users. Okay, so here I created so many users here. Now let me create one user for you. Actually, this step is not required initially, but just for information, I'm just telling. Anyways, we have a separate session for this. Just to give you overview of the demo, I'm just showing this information now. So for the entire course, I'm going to use this particular user for our lecture. Now, so if you want to install Oracle database in your machine, so first of all, you need to download the software. So you need to download the Oracle software first. So I'll give you the steps and how to download the Oracle software. So after downloading the Oracle software, you need to install the software. And the next step is you need to download and install SQL developer software. So these are the three steps to perform to download the Oracle software as well as SQL developer software. Now I already done that, and I'll show you in the next class. Probably I'll show you how to download and install the Oracle software as well as SQL developer. Okay. Now here I'm going to create a user for you, and the username is, let's say I'm just creating. So this is a user I'm going to create. Let's say the username is Harry, and just a moment. So before this, do you know what is a data type? So what is a data type? So basically, data type is nothing but the type of data that we are storing in a column. Now, I can say employee number is a column. So employee number is storing numeric information, right? So it is storing numeric information. What about employee name? It is storing character information. So job is also storing character information. So manager, it is a numeric information. What is this hire date? So it is a combination. I can say we have some special symbols also, right? So it is storing a date information. So this is numeric, this is also numeric, and this is numeric. So a data type is nothing but the type of information that a column is storing. Now, here I have a employee number. It is storing numeric information. So we have a data type called number, which is used to store numeric information. And so there is one more thing. It is storing character information, right? So in Oracle we have varchar2 is a data type, so which is used to store character information. character information, and we have one more data type called date. So date is a data type which will store a date information. So we have different databases, different data types in Oracle. Those are nothing but number, varchar2, and date. Now I'm going to create a schema here. Schema is nothing but user, right? So here I told you schema or user both are same. So this step is not required currently. Just try to see. I'm going to create a user. So after creating the user, I would like to create a table. I just created a user. Let me configure the user first. So under connections, there is an option to configure a user. Now here, this is the username. So I can give any name, like, so here the username is Harry and the password is, I just created this is not the create user is nothing but Harry. So identified by is nothing but the password. So here I have given the password as Oracle. Now can you see here there is one thing called service name here. So service name is nothing but, so when you are installing Oracle database in your laptop, it will ask you for a service name. So service name is nothing but a database name. So database name. So which means, so generally this is called, I told you this is a database. Okay. My business is a bank. So that's why, so I can specify the database name as, let's say, bank 1 or bank 2 or Wells Fargo bank. Okay. So for our classes, I'm just creating the database name as Oracle. So in my laptop, I have created the database name as Oracle. Now here the host name is nothing but the IP address of your laptop or a personal PC. Okay. Now here this port number is nothing but, it's a default port number which is given by Oracle. This 1521 is a default thing. Okay. Just try to click on save here. So when you click on save, can you see Harry here? So
yes, I see it.
Right. So I'm clicking on test. So when I click on test means it is saying success. Okay. Now I can able to connect. I'm just clicking on this connect button. So as soon as I click on this button, I can able to enter into Harry user. Now just try to see here. You have different things here, right? Table, view, index, package, procedure, function, trigger, type, sequences, material views, logs, synonyms, public synonyms, database links, public database links. Okay. So you are able to see different things here. So each and everything is called object. So under Harry user, so you are able to see different things, right? So these are all the things that you are seeing. So each and everything is called object. So these are called Oracle objects. So as part of this Oracle course, we are going to cover all these objects. So my first thing is I would like to create a table which will be helpful in storing employee information. So if you can see here, you have table, right? Just expand this button. So when you expand table, then you can see what are the different tables you have. So currently, this is a new user and you don't have any tables, right? So after expanding this, you don't see any tables. Now, let me create a table first. So the table name is EMP. So EMP is the table name, and under EMP, how many columns that I have? So I have around 8 columns, right? So these are all the different columns that I have. So I'm clicking on this new table. So when I right click on this tables, it will show you different things. One is called new table. So the new table is option is used to create a table here. Now, so schema is nothing but a user, right? So it is showing Harry. And what is the table name that we are going to create? So EMP is the table name. Now, here there is a plus symbol here, right? Now, how many columns that I need to add? 8 columns, right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8. Now let me create 8 columns here. Okay. So what is the first column name? Employee number. This is the employee number. What is the data type here? Number, right? So it will use to store numeric information. And what is the next column? Employee name. So it is a character information, right? I told you number is used to store numeric information, varchar2 is used to store character information. Okay, varchar2. What is the size here? Size 20 means maximum it can store 20 characters. Let's say if the employee name is more than 20 characters, then it won't be sufficient. So I'm giving us 20 here. I'm clicking on one more column, employee number, employee name, job. The column name is job. So it's a varchar2. Manager. It's a numeric information. What is this hire date? What is the data type that we're going to use here? Date. Okay. Date is a data type which is used to store date information. And we have 3 more columns. The first one is salary. It's a numeric information. Commission. It's a numeric information. And department number. It is also a numeric information. Now, so after giving all the column names and data types, just click on OK here. Now, can you able to see employee table here?
Yes.
Okay, and different columns: employee number, employee name, job, manager, hire date, these kind of things. Now, let's click on this table first.
Okay, excuse me. So when you want to create a table, say on SQL Developer, you just click on the table icon,
Right.
and then it will bring up the information that we had.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So here I clicked on right. Give a right click here. Just click on new table.
Okay, I see that. Okay.
Give the table name and column names and data types. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Now, can you see different tabs here? So one is columns here, and next one is data. So currently you don't have any data, right? So we don't have any data. We just created a table here. It's an empty table. It won't have any data. Now I would like to insert some data here. Okay. Okay, let me insert the data first. How many rows that I have to insert? Probably 13 rows here, right? 13 rows I have to insert. So this is a option. Can you see insert row? So just click on this for 13 times and copy and paste here. Okay. And there is a option called, can you see here, commit changes? So there is a option called commit changes. Just click on this button. Okay. So these are all the columns that you have, and this is the data that you want to insert. Now we have successfully created a table and we have inserted the data. Okay. Now let's say there is one more way to see the data. Now currently how you're seeing the table data. So just you're clicking on this table and you're going to data. Okay, so there you are able to see the data. Now let's say I don't want to see the entire data. Let's say there is a business and they're having three different departments. Let's say department number 10, 20 and 30. You have three different departments. Let me explain one more thing here. I'm going to create a table called department. So it will store the information of different departments of a business. Let's say I have a department number, department name and location. Let's say the department 10 is it's an accounting department. It's an account department and it is located in, let's say, Boston. There is one more department called 20. Let's say it's a HR department. Let's say it's located in here. And there is one more department called 30 and it's a operations. It's operations department and it is located in one more thing called Dallas. So I have three different departments. Okay. So this is a department table. DEPT is a table which will store the information of departments. Now let me create one more table here which will have three columns and three records. So how to create a table here? Just go here, right click on this and you will see an option called new table. Just give the table name here. Just a moment, it's loading. Just give the table name here. So you have department number, which is a numeric information, department name, which is store character information, and location, which is also character information. So I created one more table here. So this is the department table. Now, so in the department table, currently I don't have any data, right? Now I would like to insert three rows, and just copy this data and paste here. Okay, I'm just clicking on this commit button. So commit means which will stores the data. So I have a table called department and I have 3 rows here. Now just go to employee table first. In the employee table, I'm having a 10, 20, 30, right? So 10 is a account department, 20 is a HR department, 30 is a operations department. Now, I don't want to see all the employee details. I would like to see only 10th department details. So can you see here, there is a thing called filter here. In the filter, I'm just saying, I'm giving only department number 10 here. Just give a department number equal to 10. I want to see only 10th department details. So here in the filter condition, you are just specifying department number equal to 10. Let's say if you want to see only 20th department details, just change the number here. Just change the number and click on enter. Similarly, if you want to see the 30th department, so you can see 30th department. So generally, if you take an example of a bank, so in the bank, customers will perform different transactions. Let's say one day one customer came to a bank and he is asking for a bank statement. Let's say I would like to see my bank statement from the past, let's say 2 years. So from 2014 to 2016. Then bank has to give this information, right? So that is nothing but a filter kind of thing. So if you want to see any, if he wants to see any historical data, then he can go to the bank and he can request for the same. So that is nothing but a filter condition. You're clear, right? I want to see the information of employee table. Okay. There is one thing called, do you know what is the syntax?
Yes.
So syntax is nothing but it's a predefined way to use a particular command. It's a predefined way to use a particular command. Now, if you want to see the, let's say, department table data, I'm clicking on this DEPT table and I'm going to data tab so that I'm able to see the information. Now, there is one more way to see the information. So that is nothing but by using select statement. So select. So here you need to specify the columns. Let's say column 1, column 2, and so on. If you have a number of columns, you need to specify the columns. And you have to specify from option. Here you need to give the table name. So this is the way to see the table information. Now in the employee table you are having so many columns. Now I would like to see the employee table information. Select, just specify the columns here and you need to separate all the columns with a comma. From here you need to specify the table name. So what is the table name here? EMP is the table name. Okay. After giving this select statement, here you are able to see 2 buttons here. So one is nothing but a run statement. So we can simply call this as the shortcut is F9. F9 is a shortcut which will be used to execute single command. Here this particular button is used to execute single command. Now there is one more button called F5. So F5 is used to execute which will be used to execute single command or You can say single or more than one command. So this F9 and F11. This is F5 and this is F9. Can you see here commit button here? After inserting the data, we have pressed this button, right? For inserting data into the table. So F11 is a thing called for commit. This is called commit. Just click on, this is a single command, and I'm clicking on this button. Now can you see the employee table information here? So this is the employee table information. Now here we have used some filters, right? While seeing the employee table information, we have used some filters where department number equal to 10. Can you see here? So this is the filter kind of thing. So to see the filter kind of things, we can use here one more thing called where department number equal to 10. So when I used so here I used filter kind of thing to check the department details. Let's say I want to see 10th department, just give 10 here. So if you want to see 20, just give 20 here. Similarly, if you want to see the details of 30th department, just give 30 here. So by using, we can apply some filters also.